This is a question coming from September 25 revision test paper in case of a bank audit, CA final revision test paper. What has happened is that in case of a bank, they are giving loans and advances to the customers without making the appraisal of creditworthiness of the customer. Means, are they eligible to get the loan or not? Second thing what they observed is that in most of the cases, in case of OD and CC, the overdraft limit, the limit is actually exceeding the drawing power sanction limit. Bank will fix a drawing power sanction limit, it is exceeding that limit. Security which is given along with the loans and advances by the customer, it is not in the joint custody of two or more people. It should be under the joint custody, it is not there. Documentations are not proper, there is no adequate documentation. So in such case, how will you do the audit? How will you evaluate the internal control in relation to the loans and advances? This is the question, my dear soldiers. This is the question scenario. How will you deal with such kind of scenario? First of all, when you want to evaluate the internal control in case of loans and advances, the bank should ensure that they have a system whereby they check the creditworthiness of the borrower, that is he eligible, and there should be proper authority to check the creditworthiness of such borrower. Second thing, they have to see the necessary documents are there. Promissory note is there, then agreements is there, letter of hypothecation is there. Is there a proper document being maintained for such loans? That has to be examined. Then there should be sufficient margin to be kept against the security. Say example, loan is 1 crore, security value is say 1.5 crore. The value of security which is given by the borrower for such loan is 1.5 crores. So there is a margin of 50 lakhs. So is the sufficient margin being maintained which complies with the requirement of RBI? So there is a concept of asset to value. So asset to value means in certain gold companies what they were doing, they were giving loan which was 90% of the value of the gold. Then the RBI said it cannot happen. You have to give 80% to the value of the gold or 75% of the value of the gold. That is what they should do. So asset to value has to be checked. That's the thing here. Whatever security which is received and returned, it should be under the joint custody of the responsible officer. 2 or more officers should be responsible. That's the thing here. And the security should be registered in the name of the bank, or it should be accompanied by sufficient document which gives the title to the bank. That's the thing here. And the limit of the account, say in case of OD, CC, whatever account which we are talking about, whatever the limit of account, is it within that particular limit or not? That has to be examined. The OD, CC, that is it within that particular limit actually. So it should be below the drawing power sanction limit. Okay. Additional temporary limit can be given, which can be 20% of that limit, but up to the extent of 90 days. So whether the outstanding amount is exceeding the drawing power sanction limit, that has to be checked. The operation in each of the loans and advances has to be reviewed on a regular basis. That's the thing here. So here what happens, credit appraisal, documentation, custody of securities, and monitoring of advances, loans and advance account, they are the very critical features of internal control as far as the loans and advances are concerned in case of the bank audit. So this is a September 25 question, my dear soldiers. I'll come back to you with some more questions.